Hey guys, in this video I want to cover the question that I've been getting quite a bit on my channel on the FPV camera reviews that I've been doing and the footage I've been collecting. And I've been getting a lot of questions as to why there's no breakup. It's because I'm using an onboard DVR, and this is the drone that I built for doing all the camera reviews I've been doing lately. This is the Jet 110. It's a 2.5 inch frame. Pretty nice frame. I built this because it's got a lot of space in the stack area here. It's got a HLRC F428 F4 Omnibus F4 flight controller. It's got a TX20 video transmitter, 28 amp 400 AC, and I'm running the 1104 7500 kV Sunny Sky motors with the Gemfan 2540. It's all very good components here. Flies really well. Just like a lot of other 2.5 inch drones out there, but mostly use this frame because of the stack clearance here that I needed for the onboard DVR. And the onboard DVR I'm using here is right here is this board that's sitting on top of the video transmitter, and I have a little piece of foam there that is wedged between the standoff and the video transmitter that keeps the DVR in place. And you can see there's a micro SD card there that is accessible, so I can get the footage off of there, and there's a little button right there for starting and stopping your recordings. This is the HMDVR-S, and I've actually decased this, although I'm still using the little cable that came with it. Now, the connection for this is actually extremely simple. So it's not for those of you that don't know how to build stuff, you're probably not going to understand this, but essentially all I'm doing is, instead of normally you'd have you have 3 wires that go from the video transmitter to the camera. So you would have video, power, and ground. In this case, the video signal is going to the flight controller because there's a built-in OSD. But normally, if you didn't have an OSD in the middle, you'd have the video, power, and ground going to the video transmitter. And so all I did was I tapped into that signal, and so basically there's 2 wires that go, or actually there's actually one set of cables that goes to the camera, and then one set of cables that goes to the DVR for both the power and the video, and that's how I'm capturing the camera signal. So the camera signal is actually going to the flight controller, and there it's split off and it goes to the DVR. And then both the camera and the DVR is being powered by the voltage regulator that's on the TX20. It's a 5-volt voltage regulator. And that's pretty much it. It's not really complicated to set up. There's different ways you could wire this, where you could perhaps wire the video coming off of the flight controller, the video out. But I found that actually tapping into the actual videos coming right out of the camera is best. If you tap into the videos coming out of the flight controller, you'll actually capture the OSD signal as well, and that might mess up some of the recording on certain cameras. I found that if you get it directly from the camera to the DVR, that gives you the cleanest video signal. So if you guys are trying to duplicate the setup, make sure you tap into the signal that's coming directly out of the camera and record that directly to the DVR. Okay, for those of you that don't know what the HMDVR looks like, it's what this looks like. It comes in a little plastic case here, and I decased it, and that's how I have it mounted in there. You don't have to decase it if you don't want to. It just takes 4 inputs here. You get 5-volt ground, video, and audio. And there's a single button right there. Starts and stops your video. You put in micro SD cards in there to record it. I decased it by just removing these 3 screws and removed the plastic case, and then I took it out and mounted in here like that. A couple things to note is it records in 720p, so the video is stretched. If you're using a 4:3 camera, you have to shrink the aspect ratio back down to 4:3 because it will record in 16:9. And then the other thing you need to note is that it records in 3-minute increments. So basically, as soon as it starts recording, it records a 3-minute file, and then it'll start a new file after 3 minutes, and every 3 minutes thereafter. So during the time that it's stopping one file and starting another file, there's a very short, like fraction of a second clip of video that's missing. So you get a little jump in the video for that. It's just something you should keep note of. And the reason I'm doing all of this is I wanted to capture video from the camera directly, instead of going through, the video goes to the video transmitter, it goes to your goggles, then it goes to the DVR and the goggles. And the DVR and the Fat Shark goggles is terrible. Not only you get video breakup noise because of the transmission, you also get degradation in the video because of the lower bitrate. the HMDVR-S records in 720p and it records at twice the bitrate of the Fatshark DVR, so you get more information. So when you're trying to like convey what the video looks like in the goggles, and it doesn't look like that at all in DVR footage, that's kind of a problem, I think, for FPV camera reviews. And so I'm trying to capture what the actual video is coming out of the camera and how it's going to be represented in the goggles. Anyway, so that's just my explanation of how I'm capturing my video footage for my FPV camera reviews. I think this is the best way to do it, and should give you guys an accurate representation of how the camera will perform in the reviews. And I think this is better than showing you footage from a Fatshark DVR. So hopefully that explains a lot of the questions surrounding my footage. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.